Did some shows into small houses, like private shows for friends.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Do you remember the band name?
I can't tell it because there is videos everywhere.
Oh my
so
God!
no. I'm sorry. I keep it for me.
Have you tried rapping yourself?
Yeah.
Really?
I tried. Yeah. I recorded like 5 songs, but it's not out, and it will never be out. Yeah. I guess I'm a really sensitive person.
Yeah.
I'm crying a lot and
Oh my
laughing
God.
a lot and just.
Wow.
I think like music is a big conversation, between musicians, people, and I'm really often listening to the new music out just to see what people are saying. It's like a discussion, like a common discussion.
Yeah.
And what I could say more, and just not repeat the same thing.
Hi, today I'm here with SUPERPOZE. Is that how do you say it? Is there a French way to say it or?
Yeah, I'm saying like SUPERPOZE. This is with my really French accent. But yeah, you can like SUPERPOZE works well as well. So yeah.
So you were born in Normandy, or?
Yeah, Normandy exactly. I'm from a small town called Caen. This is really hard to pronounce when you're English
just said
speaking.
Normandy. That's why I didn't want to butcher.
But I live in Paris. Yeah.
Were your parents also from Normandy?
Oh yeah. All my family is from Normandy, and I just moved to Paris, and yeah, this is where I stay at the moment. But I'm touring a lot, so it's just a place to be a few days a week.
Yeah.
I loved my hometown because it was like a quiet and calm childhood. Mm-hmm. I was able to make music, on my own way. Like, not a lot of musicians around me, and I was just doing my stuff in my room with no too much people to compare to. So it was something great. And when I was like 20, 21, I moved to Paris. My childhood was like a real music childhood.
Oh, really?
I was in a special school. Like in the morning I was at the regular school, French, mathematics, everything. And on the afternoon it was like music academy. Mm-hmm. So I learned percussion.
Yeah. How old were you when you started going to that school?
It was between my 7 to 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was great.
What kind of careers are your parents in? Yeah,
my father is like journalist, and my mother is working on a social stuff.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What does he write? What's the publication?
He used to be on French TV.
Oh,
wow. Yeah. And this is why I used to listen to a lot of rock and pop records at home when I was a small kid.
Outside of music, what were you into?
Into cinema.
Yeah.
I think like all the, kids' music, cinema, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Playing a lot outside before the iPhone and computer stuff.
Yeah.
So, always outside.
Yeah.
On my bike.
What kind of subjects were you into, like before you went to music school?
I studied history. But it was after my music school. This is something I really always loved.
History?
Yeah, history.
Oh, wow.
So this is the studies I went to after my high school. Mm-hmm. And during these studies, music just went more important, in my life, and I finally decided to go into music.
What about history did you like?
I was really into like Greek. Mm-hmm. Greek history, like ancient time.
Damn.
And this is, I think, my favorite period.
Whoa.
And also all the antique stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really into this.
So your parents will always push you to do music, right?
Yeah. And my sister used to play music as well. And they really wanted us to make like a special school, even if it was just sport or music or whatever. The way is just to to find a new way to learn things, and just not the regular school.
Yeah, is that actually common?
Yeah.
In France, to go to a specialized school so young.
Yeah, it's quite common, and they were always behind me for the music thing. Yeah.
Were they ever scared because music isn't really a stable career?
Yeah, they are parents, so of course.
Yeah.
But right now it's been like 4 or 5 years that I make a living of music, so I think it's quite okay.
Yeah. Do you think the stuff that you learned in the music school really helped your music?
I can't tell what really helped me, but of course it's here because this is what I learned as a kid.
Yeah.
So of course when I'm making music, I'm thinking about all the rules, harmonies, like rhythm constructions that I learned in the academy. So of course it's here when I'm making music right now.
Did you ever feel like music school was too specialized? Like everyone is the same, everyone like the same, all interested in music?
I think I don't think that everyone is the same, but the point is in music academy you learn how to play music, but not really to like write it or to be creative.
Yeah.
So I think this is the limit, and this is why I quit the academy when I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
But it's still really, really good to learn music in an academy, and I mean, I'm really happy to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after you graduated, what did you do?
I do this history stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
so that was college, or?
Yeah, kind of college. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but right after I went into music, like I did 3 years in the college.
Yeah.
And I really like jumped into music at this moment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Was that surprising to you or your parents?
Yeah. No, it was just, the desire to learn things. So music or history or whatever. The most important thing is just to learn and to be curious. So yeah.
Did you see a career in history before you started?
No.
You just liked it?
No, I just like that. No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't really want to be a teacher or something like this.
How did your music stuff start picking up?
I started to make shows basically in my hometown, and like on the weekend.
How did you get shows? So did you already have music, or how did they find you?
Yeah, I just put out some music on the internet, send it to my friends of my hometown. Okay, Gabriel, come on, maybe you can play this little show in this little venue.
Yeah.
And next weekend, they call me back.
Yeah.
And you should come again. And it just like grew up this way.
Can you describe how your first show was like? Were you anxious?
Oh yeah, I was really, really anxious. It was in a small gallery, in a really, really small gallery in my hometown, and all the people from the music scene of my hometown was there in the place. So I was I was so anxious about it.
Yeah.
It went really well, and yeah, I was just really happy to make this show.
Yeah.
And then I did some shows into small houses, like private shows for friends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like seated shows, quiet, with headphones, stuff like this. Yeah, it was nice.
Was it, what type of instrument, or like were you using like a DJ?
I was not DJing at this time, just playing live, and this is what I do right now as well. I'm DJing, but mostly playing live. And I just basically used MIDI controllers and laptop. So yeah, I'm really from this bedroom producer stuff.
How did you teach yourself how to use the controllers?
I learned music in academy, so this
so
is like not the software, but it's just like a piano, and so this is an instrument, so it was quite easy for me.
But you also were like in a band, right?
Yeah, I played in a band. I used to be a drummer.
Oh wow.
And I played in a rock band. And most recently I did another band, like 2 tracks band. We did 2 songs, more club focused. And yeah, I like to make music solo, but I always need to play with other people to just keep the fire burning. How
do you describe the music you were playing in the first band?
It was really like teenage rock stuff with French lyrics, kind of political stuff.
Is that common?
I don't know.
Political.
Yeah, in France is really political. So I think to be 15 years old and say political stuff in a rock band is quite common. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's really a part of my teenage years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the band name?
I can't tell it because there is videos everywhere.
Oh my God!
No. I'm sorry. I keep it for me.
How about the band now? Do you share it?
Oh yeah. My band now it's called Cuage. So Kuage.
Okay.
And we've got this song called "A Part of You," and this is a band that we can just put on once a year, or just one time in a year. We're like, okay, let's do a song for this band and see you next year. So yeah, this is kind of just a breeze.
Mm-hmm. How did you get into rap music?
When I first came in high school, I met some people who became my new friends at this time, and they were really into hip-hop music, and they showed me all the French rap scene, and I was like, okay, I love this, and at this time I started to make music on my computer, so I started to make loops for French MCs, but my friends in the high school, like, not famous French MCs at this time, and it definitely come from here. And one time I was doing this loop for my friend, and I was like, I think it can works well without lyrics. I think this track could be instrumental, and this is the really start of my SUPERPOZE stuff, like instrumental music.
Have you tried rapping yourself?
Yeah,
really?
I tried. Yeah, I recorded like 5 songs, but it's not out, and it will never be out. Yeah.
Why? What if you kept improving? No.
No, you can find it. You can find it.
So your name SUPERPOZE. How long have you had it now?
This is a name I have for 7 years or 6 years. When I really started, I was looking for a name, and I was into hip hop, so like graffiti name and nicknames. So this is something I just get from this time of my life, and I'm just keeping it.
But you got it from a book, right?
Yeah, I got it from a book, exactly. Because this is a French word, it means something in French. So.
Oh, what does it mean?
Like it's like a layer.
Oh, okay.
To put something over something else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's just the sound. It's not the meaning.
Yeah.
It's just the sound. It was something like SUPERPOZE. I love the sound at this time. Yeah.
So what was the book?
It was the biography of Thelonious Monk by Laurent Deville. And I was reading this book when I was a teenager. Reading books about jazz players.
So when you made the Iceland thing, it was for a friend, right?
Yeah, exactly. The Iceland sound was my first big tune.
Yeah.
And I did it for a friend of mine who went to Iceland at this time. And I did it in like 2 hours just before he took the plane.
Yeah.
And it became one of my first like big song at this time. And after that I decided to make a really different music. But this is really with this song that everything started for me in France.
Yeah. Because a lot of your songs early on were like for other people. What was the idea for that? Yeah,
because I think when you're making music of course for yourself, but mostly for other people and not the people you don't know. I mean, it's good to have a lot of people you don't know at your concerts and everything, but when I'm making music, I hope that my friends are going to love it. I like to connect like actions of my friends to my music. If one of my friends is doing this, I want to call my song like this and like give it to him. This is the way I'm doing.
That's really cool. Where do you get the idea from? Because I don't know anyone else who does that.
It's just like
just presents.
Yeah.
But like birthday presents? Or?
Yeah, kinda. Like just present. Like this song is for you. Take it. I just called it the Iceland song because you're going to Iceland. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think your music's changed now from when you first started putting out music to now?
My first music really sounded like this is teenage music. Like you're not really thinking about it, just doing it, playing the piano, doing the samples, and then when you're growing up, when you master your software and your music instruments, you're really able to make something that you think about. I'm thinking about this harmony, I'm thinking about this rhythm. But when I was a teenager, I was just like, okay, I like this sound, let's put it in the, in this song. So I think this is a normal way. But I didn't change my name or stuff like this. It's me. This is the music I'm doing. When I was 18 and now I'm 25, this is just me making music. Of course, it's different.
Yeah. And you've always been like into all the art stuff, like all your videos.
Yeah.
How was it always like since you started music that I feel like you're really like an all-around art person, and music is just one of the forms for you to express yourself.
Music is what I know, and this is what I do.
Yeah.
But I'm really into, of course, other forms of art.
Yeah.
And it's coming from my family as well. Like my sister is into art. My mother and my father are into arts as well. I think when you're sensitive, when you're sensitive, you're just feeling things, feeling the sounds, feeling the images. So it's just a way to be alive.
Yeah.
Like, I like this is nice. I like this sound, I like this stuff, yeah.
Are you like a really sensitive person, like in like other than art, but also your personality?
I guess I'm a really sensitive person. Yeah. I'm crying a lot and laughing a lot and just.
Wow. Yeah. Who are your favorite artists?
This is
like outside of music.
Outside of music, I just can't answer this. I've got so much favorite artists. But what I can say is, when I drove into LA to come to the show, I just saw this piece from this artist called Dustin Yelin, and this is like a contemporary artist. I'm sorry, and I love his work. I think it's called psychogeography, something like this, and it's like layers of glass with collage on it.
Yeah.
And this is wonderful. I love him. Yeah, Dustin Yelin.
Sounds. I want to check it when I go
it's
home.
in LA. Look, you can see him in LA. Yeah.
How about your ideas for your music videos?
The idea of my music videos is always coming from like my film culture, movie culture. So.
Was there any specific movies?
It's not specific movies. It's just like a kind of, seeing things. I love the slow motion. I love to take the time. I take the time in my music, so I want to take the time in my video. I just, to be able to show details of things.
How do you think you've grown personally?
Oh, this is a deep question. I think I'm more confident with my music, like not afraid of making music that don't please people, or just making what I love. I'm really confident with this. When I was a teenager, I was like, oh, this song should be like this or should be like that. And right now I just want to make the music that I really feel good. And one thing important as well is when I'm making music, this is new. This is a new thing for me to think like that. I think like music is a big conversation, between musicians, people, and I'm really often listening to the new music out just to see what people are saying. It's like a discussion, like a common discussion. Yeah. And what I could say more, and just not repeat the same thing. Yeah. If you're in a room in a discussion, and if someone says something, it's not really useful to say exactly the same thing.
That's really interesting. I never thought about it that way.
So this is one of my way of making music.
Yeah.
Just listening to the music of other people, just to not compare, just to know, okay, this thing have been said. So now I can say this. I can add this to the conversation.
Yeah. Last question.
Okay.
What do you want to be remembered for?
It sounds a bit cliche, but for me the most important thing is to make the best music I can make, and just to let these feelings to the people, because I've got this. When I come across a new record, that's an old record, from a old band, and all the guys are dead, and I'm like, oh, this is the best music I've ever heard. And so for me, these guys are remembered for their music, So this is, I think, what I want to be remembered for. Yeah. Like making the greatest music possible. Yeah. But this is not for me. This is just for the, for the music discussion, as I say.
Yeah. I love that. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.